Hey everyone. So if you have come to this video, that means you have already decided to learn the drums, and now you're figuring out a way on how to learn it remotely through Zoom or Google Talk, and you want to connect your drum kit to the conference call so that both your teacher and you can hear at the same time what you're playing, and also he can speak to you and you can speak back to him while on the call. So let me just give you a quick setup that I have here so that you can also try this at home. So initially when I started learning the drums, I would normally hook it up with a 2.1 speaker that you see here and just play it out loud so that my teacher could watch and hear it on the iPad right here. But soon I realized that the sounds don't come out very well on these speakers. And just to add to the problem, I live in a family apartment and I play or have my classes in the weekend, so it's kind of difficult for the neighbors as well and for my flatmates. So I had to figure out a way to get this sound from the drums all the way digitally to the iPad. So I did some research on YouTube and I found a video which I will link here. Uh, it was a drum teacher who was explaining how to do this on a, I think it's an Alesis or a Roland kit. The only thing is I have a very basic Yamaha starter kit here. It has an output, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's a mono output. Alesis or Roland, it had stereo, so it had 2 pins. So what I'm doing basically here is showing you how to connect your Yamaha kit with your Zoom call. Those who have a more better kit like Roland or Alesis can go ahead and check the other video. So before I show you how to do the setup, I will also just share the equipment and some cables that I had to buy to do this. And remember that you don't have to really spend on very high-end equipment, especially when you are learning. So you can always purchase alternatives from Amazon. And also note that I currently am in the Middle East. So while searching for products in the Indian Amazon website, some of these were a little expensive, like for example this one. So I have put some similar alternatives which are way cheaper than this. So the links for all the products are there on the description. You can check them out. So let's look at the things you would need for this, and let's start with the adapters. Very basic things. So the first thing you would need is a 1/4" adapter. It's basically a splitter. So this part goes into your drum kit, and then you can take out 2/4" cables from this one, right? So just to give you a difference in 1/4" and 3.5. So this is your normal 3.5 that goes into your headphones, the traditional ones that we use, and this is called a 1/4" or a 6.35 millimeter, I think. And this is what usually music instruments and mixers use. So get a splitter like this. You can get an adapter in case you want to convert a cable. This is a 3.5 mm, which is again a purchase specific to my drum kit. So this part, the 3.5 mm, goes into the drum kit, and then you can split out two 3.5 mm cables. And why this is done, I'll show you later on. In case you are using iPhone, which does not have a auxiliary jack or an auxiliary input, you can get one of these converters. So this cable goes into here and this part goes into your iPhone. Mine on the other hand, it's an old iPad. It has a 3.5 mm jack. So this is used for something else, and I'll show you later on. So next are the cables. So you need two types of cables. One is a 1/4" cable. So I'm just holding it to show you that it's the same male pin on both sides. And then what you need is a 3.5 aux cable, which you know, the ones that we normally use in cars and all to connect our phone to the audio system. So this one, the 1/4" I bought it from a music store nearby. So a little costly, but it goes from my instrument, so I thought it would be a good thing to put something quality. This is a 3.5, which I bought it from a convenience store in a gas station. So it's a normal thing that you use in your cars as well. So you need two of these and two of these. So two quarter-inch cables, male to male, and two 3.5 cable, male to male. So this is a line mixer that I bought. The job of this basically is to take your drums, your microphone, and your iPad and everything, and then mix the sounds together and put it out to the iPad. So on the video that I watched initially, it was from a brand Behringer, and that was pretty expensive. So in Indian rupees, it was almost 10,000. But I found a cheaper alternative, which is almost the exact copy of that, and it cost me an Indian rupee equivalent of around 3,000 rupees, and this is what I got, and it works excellent. And I could not find the same brand, but a similar one has been linked on this video. When you play the electronic kit, you use a simple headphone like this to hear what you're playing. Since you're not connected to the speakers and you don't want to disturb anyone. The only problem is this doesn't have a mic, so you cannot speak through it and someone cannot hear you. So what I've done is I bought a wireless mic. It's just a mic, and it is wireless, but it's not Bluetooth. It works through radio frequency. Let me show you. So it comes with a radio frequency adapter which goes into your mixer, and this gets connected automatically to the iPad. Now I have tried using gaming headphones with a microphone here. Unfortunately that doesn't work. Trust me guys, I've done a lot of trial and error on this, and taking inspiration from what video I'm sharing here, this works the best. Now I was not able to find a similar one in Amazon India. The one I found was very expensive, close to 6,000 to 7,000 rupees, which I don't think is worth the investment for just a little bit of talking that you do on the 1 hour or 90 minutes class that you have every week. So I've put an alternative for this that's only coming less than 1,000. So you can go with that. It doesn't look like this, but you can go with that. The next most important thing that you need to get is an iRig. Okay, iRig is a brand that helps musicians to connect their phones or tablets to their instrument, and they can play and record their performance. So this, as an original brand, costs a little high, but there are plenty of copies on Amazon, and these are also one of them. This one only cost me like in Indian rupees 400 rupees or so. So basically what happens is the input from your drum goes here. So as you can see, this is a quarter-inch, and then this part goes into your tablet or phone. Now the best part is you can also add in your microphone here. So remember I told you it's not just sending the audio to the Zoom, you also need to send back the audio from your Zoom to your headphone so that you can hear what your teacher is saying. So this part helps you with that. It's a 3.5 jack, and I'll show you how this works. So just a few more things you can add on to your setup. These are optional. Probably you would have them lying around in your house. Nevertheless, if you want to have a complete setup, you don't have them, you can order them as well. Links provided. This is a power strip with regular outlets and some USB outlets, which you can use for things like your ring light. And also what you want to get is a laptop stand with a clamp. So you can clamp it onto an existing table or chair like I have here, and it has an articulating leg or arm, and your iPod or your iPad goes like this. The thing with drum classes is it's good to have the camera a little bit on an upper position or a higher position, because what your teacher would see is at this angle. So it basically helps him or her to see the way your hands are moving, the way your feet is moving, and that helps him to coach you better. So unlike a Teams meeting in your office, don't keep this at eye level, because your teacher would really appreciate when he or she can see your leg work and hand work, right? Another thing, optional again, it's a ring light with a stand. So this whole thing comes as a set with those tripod and the ring light. The good thing is it adds to the clarity of the video. Light always adds clarity, and it helps the teacher to see better. And also, once you get better with your drums, you would probably want to record some videos of you playing, and this would add to the quality of those videos. Okay, so let's get all of this connected. Now you go to the main module of your drums. So the first thing you see over here, it's phone or output. The first thing you take out is your 1/4 inch connector or the splitter. This goes in here. The next thing that you need is your 3.5 splitter. This goes in here. So later on we will connect cables here and here. The power for the drums, you can connect that later on once all the audio cable goes in. So step number 2, take your iRig and get it connected to your tablet. Okay, so let's start connecting now. You can take out the mixer. As you can see, it's not connected to the power yet. So the first thing we are going to do is bring the sound from the drum kit into the mixer. So take out your 1/4 inch cable, put it into one of the inputs, go to your drum, get the other end and put it into the 1/4 inch splitter. So now let's connect our microphone headset into the mixer. To do that, we take out the microphone receiver. As you can see, it's a 3.5 mm jack here, which doesn't go into the 1/4 inch of the mixer. So we'll use an adapter here. So this goes in here. There you go. And then you put it into input 3 or 4, any of the inputs, and plug that in. So this is the headphone that I'm using to listen to what I'm playing. But in this setup, this is exactly the same headphones that I will use to hear what my teacher is telling me on the Zoom call. So I can listen to what I'm playing and also listen to what my teacher is saying at the same time using the same headphone. So how to do that? It has to go in to this particular outlet, which is the phone's output. But again, this is a 1/4 inch. So what I'm using here is a 1/4 inch to 3.5 adapter. So this goes into this. And then I take the 3.5 from my headphones, and then I plug it in here. So as you progress through your drum lessons, your teacher is going to start help you learn certain songs, right? So these are songs which are popular, might be your favorite ones. And to learn that, along with the drums, you would also want to play a backing track. So a backup track or a backing track is basically a drumless version of the song that you're playing for. So we can also connect our phone on this conference call, not the iPad or the tablet, an additional phone that you have. Open up YouTube, play the drumless track, and it's going to seamlessly play along on the Zoom call as you drum to that song. So how to do that? Go to your aux splitter, what you have here. You have already connected this to the iRig. The second is for the second aux cable. If you can see, I have selected a different color. So the beige one for the iPhone, that is what I use. I connect this here, and then what I do is I basically use the adapter, which is here, I connect this to my cable, and this goes into my phone. So basically I can put my phone here, and during the call, if my teacher says, okay, open up this YouTube video, play the drumless track, and I want to see you playing along with the song. So you just connect this to the phone, select the song, and then start playing on your drums. The music from the YouTube video, the drums from what you're playing will be both heard by your teacher in Zoom. So for the final step in the setup, we are going to take our second 1/4" cable, which is right here. One end of it goes into the iRig 1/4" part. So let's click that down. Come back to your mixer, and the other end goes in, as you can see, to the output. Make sure it's in the output and not the input. So let's just do a quick review of all the cabling that we have done here. So on the phone output part, we have kept a 1/4" splitter. On one side, we put a 1/4" cable that goes to the mixer. On the second side, we connected an adapter and we connected our headphones to it. On the aux inside, we again kept a 3.5 splitter. The black cable goes or comes all the way from the iRig connected to the iPad, and the beige cable is kept in case you want to play a backing track on your secondary device or phone during the Zoom call. Once I am done with all this, finally I can connect the power to the drum kit. For the mixer, the input 1, this is where the 1/4" cable goes to the drum kit. This one right here on input is the microphone receiver, and I've already turned it on, and you can see it's both connected now. And output is where this 1/4" cable goes all the way to the iRig. And as you can see, I've also connected the power for the mixer, hence the light is on. The only thing you need to do here is make sure all the volumes are up. You can reduce it if you want during the call, if your teacher says the mic is too loud or the drums are too loud, so you can just adjust them here. Okay, so finally we are all set. The drum kit is on. I have my headset connected and ready to go. I have an extra aux cable set here, kept on standby in case my teacher asks me to play a backing track during the meeting. This is my mixer. Everything is connected, and at arm's reach I can control the volume, my microphone, and finally my iPad. Also, you can see I've turned on the ring light, and it will help with the video quality. There is just one thing that I wanted to show you, which is important. Go to more, and you see something called enable original sound. You must enable this when you are on the call on a drums lesson, because Zoom automatically suppresses any noise such as drum noises. So if this is not enabled, your teacher will not be able to hear properly what you're playing. So always make sure the original sound is enabled. And as you can see here, it's a little bit of a mess here. So my suggestion would be, try this out, test it with your friend or your teacher, and if everything works well, then you can manage the mess and make this setup look more cleaner. So I hope this will help you a lot. And if you have any questions, or if you have a more easier way to do this, please do leave a comment. And I wish you all the best and enjoy playing your drums. Bye-bye.